welcome to this week's Monday Minutes. My name is Kelly.
And my name is Jessie. And surprise, we have a guest with us. Hi, Andrew.
Hello.
We miss you so much.
Hi, nice to see you. Nice to be back on Monday Minutes. I'm
Andrew is-
earning my hex sticker.
Ooh.
Once we've recorded this, I can put my hex sticker on my laptop.
So Andrew is joining us today from the Dubuque County Library District, and he is going to show us a really cool feature that they added to alert staff when they have to switch around some books. So Andrew is going to show us this cute little cat that they added to the staff client.
Yeah, so we had a conversation at our monthly staff meeting last month about how we could be using the news area on the Koha staff interface better. We had in the news area the two news blocks that every new Koha library gets at migration. They'd been sitting there for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Like the links off to training resources and what to do next. And those are fine resources, but they weren't like still being used exactly. So we thought about what else might be helpful, and the staff gave me a nice list of stuff. And here, let me share my screen. So first off, we've got down here a news block that is just some links off to internal stuff, like our Microsoft Teams calendar where we set up desk shifts, things like that. Easy stuff. But they had a couple other requests that were a little more involved. We've got a box here of upcoming closures that just lists what's on the Koha calendar coming up.
Mhm.
And then also, we have a situation that's not unlike a lot of libraries. We've got a new bookshelf that things go and they sit there for 6 months, and then somebody has to pull them off. So at the start of every month, CERC staff are supposed to go to that new bookshelf and go through and pull everything that's 6 months or older. We do that in a really low-tech fashion. Those items just have a piece of bright yellow new tape on them.
Yeah.
And somebody writes in Sharpie the month that they were added. So like anything that's being put out this month, there's a little 12 on the tape.
Okay.
Once upon a time, we had an internal staff communication board where some nice staff member at the first of every month would log in and post a message to say, it's time to pull new books. And I thought, yeah, I could do that in a news item. That'd be easy enough. I could even like sit down at the start of the month and schedule those all out, one for each month, and say, start showing this on the 1st, stop showing it on the 5th, and that'd be fine. But I don't like to do stuff over and over again. That sounded really boring. So instead, first I made a news item that said it's time to pull new books. And I scheduled it to be there forever. And I used jQuery to hide it based on the date. And then, because I don't really know how to jQuery very well, I opened a ticket with Dear Lucas and said, Lucas, what did I do wrong here? And he didn't have a lot of feedback for me, but he did say that totally didn't need to be a news item. Instead, he took what I had made and changed it into just a box that is formed entirely out of jQuery. So when we hit the end of one month and then on into the beginning of the next month, this little cat in his little box appears. The cat is only there so that people will notice it, because I didn't really think a little box of just text would do anything. And then, because we were already monkeying around with dates and sort of checking dates and stuff, we did take the extra step of letting the computer do the not very difficult math of figuring out, okay, if it's December now, what was 6 months ago?
Mhm.
Which, fair enough. Like we all have those days where computer, just tell me what to do. So
Yep.
when this cat pops up, staff know, okay, go to the new bookshelf, grab everything with a 6 on it, take those out of new books. Again, because we're doing that really low tech, it's not like we're giving staff a specific list of things to pull. That would be totally doable. That'd be an easy report, and this box could have a link off to that report where they could just click it and get that. Could even have the contents of the report here in the box. We just didn't feel like that was a level of complexity that was necessary for us.
Future growth, maybe, or
Yeah.
something that may change or evolve in the future. But I think it's really great to know that how your library is doing it could be similar to someone else's, or they see this, Andrew, and say, oh, that doesn't work for us, but I have a different idea that totally will work.
Yeah.
Because A, I want to get my staff's attention, and B, I don't want to have to, as you say, do all the like manual entering in the news feature. So I think this is fantastic.
Yeah, and let me jump over to admin. So this is in intranet user.js. Pop that open and make it a little bit bigger.
And as Andrew said, he's a partner with us at Bywater, so he put in a ticket, and probably Lucas assisted you with this jQuery, right? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. I had figured out the jQuery that says show this or not based on the date, but he made it nicer, which is good because mine like worked okay. Yeah, so it's this chunk here. It's really pretty short. Mostly it's only doing this if we're on the Koha main page. And then it's finding today's date and doing some checking. If today is either within the first, or if today's date is less than 5, so we're in the first 4 days of the month, or greater than 26, so we're at the tail end of a month, make that box appear. We create a container. Actually, we put it in the container main div, and we make a box. Here's just the text of what it says. It's time to pull new books. Put some formatting on that box, give it a border and a background and stuff. And then here's the like slightly complicated math it's doing just to figure out what was 6 months back. The first day that was live, it was showing on like December 27th. And somebody said, well, the cat told me it's time to pull books, but it's not really time to pull books yet. It won't be time until December. So then I went back and told it to insert the word almost if we aren't quite to the start of the month yet. So up until yesterday, our cat said it's almost time to pull new books. And I did think I could make the background color change. Like maybe his border is yellow while it's almost time and then red when it is time.
You're so clever.
Yeah, someday I suppose I'll get around to that. The sort of enhancement to this that staff have been asking about now is how do I submit my cat to be the cat for the month? Or how do I, is it okay if I take my lizard and dress it as a cat? Can he be honorary cat? I am pretty sure that if I figured out how Koha file uploads work, I could create a pool of cat photos and let it pull a random cat every time the page loads. Could probably even let staff upload cats, add their own cats, but that's all like future growth.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, if folks that are watching are not subscribed to our Bywater Slack channel, please get on because Andrew is there to help all, really. Have you answered every question that's come up, Andrew, in the Slack channel?
I mean, no. I mean, there are things I don't know about and I don't wade into. If the question is it acquisitions or cataloging, I probably don't answer it. But if it's in reports, I probably do. If it's in reports, it's probably a question that seems more fun than whatever else I was working on.
Well, we appreciate you doing that. And thank you for sharing this. We'll provide all the code and direct users where to go to find more. Or again, if you're a partner, submit a ticket. We'll let Lucas know ahead of time.
Lucas expects them to come in this week.
This is super exciting.
Well,
Thanks,
thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Back on Monday Minutes.
Yeah, thank you. And have a great week.
Have a great week.
Goodbye.